Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Steph Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio.
And welcome to another edition of We're Going to Watch Sex and the City and Talk About It. So come with us on this journey because we are on Season 2, Episode 3.
Yeah, we're making some progress of these 94 episodes and multiple movies and then another series.
And we already did that one. We're good. We're done with the post-series, I guess, the secondary series. But yeah, so we are on Episode 3 and we are slowly trekking through. Anney, can you give us a rundown of the last episode?
Okay. The last episode was all about breakups and bad relationships and how to deal with that as an outsider, as a friend. What do you tell somebody? And then kind of a rebound situation with Carrie and Big, I feel, is coming because he showed up at her birthday party. Dirty talk, lots of dirty talk, some therapy that involves Samantha admitting she needs, big dick.
I thought you were referencing me for a minute. I was like, excuse me?
Well, I don't know about that. We're not getting into that. And Charlotte having a dog to try to replace the relationship need in her heart and then realizing that wasn't going to work and giving the dog away to another couple that I guess they bonded over the dog and got back together over the dog.
Yes, the side couple who we do see again in Just Like That.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, we do. So yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of threads coming together.
Yes. All right, so this episode is called The Freak Show.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you think that's about?
Oh my gosh. I feel like the titles have gotten harder. Okay, The Freak Show. I have no idea. I guess the only thing I can think of is like they go to some club. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
I feel like anything I could say would be offensive.
Well, we should go ahead and put a big disclaimer here. This is the problematic title. We know that the term freak is problematic, especially today and age, and how ableist it can be and how it was used during this time and age that we're talking about, 1999 and before, because there was a lot of offensive talk that was being used. So we do want to put that here. Please excuse us as we're talking about it in reference to the show and that know that this is not the language we would choose in talking about this. So I will say that. We haven't put any disclaimers previously, but this is about sex. So I feel like we've said that in the first season. We've kind of came away from it, but just as a reminder, we're probably going to be talking about sex.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Sex and the City... Hopefully. But yeah, for sure.
I mean, definitely one of those shows, if I had been younger, my mother would have been like, oh, no.
Right.
So.
Yes. And just FYI, we are still coming to you from our sports broadcaster situation, a desk with the TV. We've got our Bloody Marys. So we're going
strong. So if you're wondering, we do marathon some of these episodes together because we don't get together as often as we would like. And these are just more fun when it's in person. Don't get me wrong. We do sometimes do it over a specific program when we're doing it digitally, remote, I guess. But when we get together, we're like, yes, let's cram it in because it's more fun this way. Because who doesn't love sitting 4 inches away from each other as we drink and talk about Sex and the City?
I mean, we need to take a picture of the setup we're in. It looks very professional.
We are so professional.
And just FYI, we're going to talk about this more at the end. These are 2 FYIs I've said. We are looking to have a guest. Yes.
I'm not going to tell you when, though. Yes, we are. That's
yes, we are.
That's a lie.
Yes, we are. But we'll have more information on that at the end. But yeah, if you're interested, we are looking.
We are looking for you.
For you. Yes, you.
Ooh. All right. Are you ready?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, gosh.
Samantha didn't believe in the first date, but she did believe in sex after it.
See, I feel like for me, the first date,
I hate them.
Sometimes it's hard to pin down when it happens.
Me, I hate them. You don't know it happened.
Yeah. They are awkward, though.
After dinner, Harrison invited Samantha up to see his view.
I think you should know my specialty is sexual harassment.
Oh, that's not a good thing to say. He said my specialty is sexual harassment.
As a lawyer.
As a lawyer, but still.
A classic case of entrapment.
Entrapment? Classic case of entrapment.
Mind-altering wine. I could claim temporary insanity.
Well, I do have a prior record of driving men a little crazy.
You fit the profile. Most sexual harassment cases are brought by older women.
Oh, no.
By older women. Sam did not like.
He immediately was like, oh, no.
No offense, but come on, what are you, 40, 41?
First of all, I find offense in this 40, 41.
As long as we could remember.
Which, by the way,
I'm just gonna.
we shouldn't have to talk about anyway.
No.
How dare you?
No.
Unless it's a significant age gap, then yes. Then that's problematic.
Now she's looking at her skin like she has wrinkles. It's terrible.
You gotta give the guy credit. It takes a lot of work to get all rigged up like that.
Yeah, most of my first dates don't even open the cab door.
Hey, what if he's still hanging there?
I'm a super would find him eventually.
You see, this is why I don't date. The men out there are freaks.
So Marina doesn't
that's
date because
completely
the men out
unfair.
there
I'm
are
sorry,
freaks.
if a man is over 30 and single, there's something wrong with him. It's Darwinian. They're being weeded out from propagating the species.
Okay, what about us?
We're just choosing.
I agree.
I'm getting more shrimp.
Get more shrimp. There was a saying,
Just kidding.
I went to
part of the date was
a Georgia Tech, which was 70% men, 30% women.
Really?
And there was a saying, like, all the good parking spaces are already taken. About.
What?
It's terrible. It's the same thing, though. Like, all the good ones are gone.
Yeah.
If they are not taken, then there's an issue, which is problematic as a single woman.
Mitch Saylor.
Yeah, do you know him?
Oh, honey, I know of him.
Charlotte has just met the greatest guy, but he's got a reputation.
Oh, now they're taking it to the bathroom to converse.
He's Mr. Pussy.
Mr. Who?
He's Mr.
Suddenly,
Pussy.
Charlotte's monogram towels were looking very different.
He's renowned. He loves going down on women.
So has a reputation for
renowned.
going down on women. You know what, though? Congratulations, bro. That's an amazing reputation to have.
Would you please just stop calling it that?
Oh, fine. Going down, giving head.
Eating out?
Never understood that.
Eating
Shouldn't it be eating in?
Stop
Eating
it! Stop
in?
it! Stop it!
I do love the
You do
terms
do
for
that,
oral
right?
sex.
Of course. I don't have to talk about it.
The reality was, the only thing that went down with any regularity on Charlotte's dates was a gold American Express card.
Forget it. I'm not dating anyone who's known as Mr. Pussy.
Why not?
Well, maybe I want more than that.
Oh, sweetie, if a man
I
is
love
good
how
at that,
Samantha is
there
genuinely
nothing
like,
more.
what? Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you try him out?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Wednesday.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He's so far
yes.
down the leg. I'm like, he's not even anywhere near. I mean, good, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Friday.
I like good oral sex. I feel like this would eventually like start chafing a little bit. A little too
Agreed.
much. A little too much.
Agreed.
Maybe I'm wrong. Like, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, listeners, write in. No. Oh.
Well, Mitch has won the seal of approval.
Yeah.
She good. Charlotte's happy. That's all you can ask for.
I know we've talked about this before, and there's kind of two ways to see it, but I do think some guys see being able to do that as like another notch on their belt. Like, I'm so good.
Yeah.
And it's more about them and less about the partner.
Definitely. It definitely can be.
But I feel like for him, he seems like
genuinely happy to do it.
That's why I don't date anymore. Women are bizarre.
Oh.
Thank you.
Isn't that
The
sometimes even
stranger
good?
says, women are bizarre. I don't date anymore.
I mean, I've definitely come to the point that I don't want to date anymore.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Like, if this, I am very happy, but if it didn't work out, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an option.
My friends come over and live here. I think I've already told you you're going to live here, haven't I?
Oh, well, let me get some moving boxes. No. I do think, like, sometimes that I don't date anymore, especially from men, in my experience, is very manipulative. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, but you I'm
special.
Oh, you I would date.
Meanwhile, I had my own ass to be obsessed with, and it belonged to Ben, an editor at a hip political magazine.
A hip political magazine.
I'm going to say, call it The Onion. Is that what it is?
Maybe, yeah.
I guess this is good night.
Or Cracked.
Yeah, maybe.
Normally I would try to get upstairs, but since this is a non-date.
See, I've met this guy before.
The nice dude.
The non-date. Oh, I won't ask unless you're asking. And but trying to make you feel like it's on your court, but really,
he's manipulating you.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with Connecticut?
I hate the country. I haven't left Manhattan in 10 years.
I think this is, yes.
And you're proud of that?
Anybody that does this, just FYI, it's not.
Right. I've had people say that about Atlanta. So this dude is saying he doesn't like going into the country. He doesn't want to leave anything outside of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people say that about Atlanta. Why would I go outside of Atlanta? To be fair, if you're talking about how the racism is beyond Atlanta, that's fair.
Mm. I just think if you're going to say you hate something, you're immediately setting yourself up to make an enemy.
Right.
Like, it's easier to say I like something and maybe they don't like it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not something totally problematic. But if you're like, oh, I hate this.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah, it's a souvenir from a drunken bachelor party a few years ago.
Oh my gosh, he has a Tweety Bird tattoo.
But Tweety Bird did.
Have you had a tattoo for like a dare or a get-together?
One time I tried to get a tattoo when I was drunk, and I was informed, and thank goodness for this, you cannot get a tattoo when drunk.
That's fine. Also, you could bleed out.
I'm just very happy that they were like, nope. And they told me that, like, if you still want it when you're sober, come back.
Right.
I didn't want it when I was sober, so thank you.
Thank you to that tattoo parlor. Actually, you were very wrong because there's no club.
There was no way I could have guessed that. And also no way I could have done it in a way that wasn't offensive. Right. I maintain.
Yeah, you're right. This trope is very, very offensive. It definitely is. Again, we've talked about how language has changed and it can't be anymore. And I've talked about several episodes being this way. And we talked about the fact that we would also confront the fact that it is problematic, and this trope was very problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's very divisive in that it puts men in one category, men versus women, and we know that there's no nuance to that. That's not an overall thing.
Yeah, and I think like the language has changed. I think the idea of, that idea has been around forever of like men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Right.
But ultimately, we all do have this stuff, this kind of baggage that we carry around, relationships that have left us scarred or traumatized and looking for those flaws in other people. Like in my past relationship, it always kind of confused me because he was always looking for like a reason, oh, you have to be jealous, because that was what his last relationship was.
Right.
And that's where he kind of learned those relationship tools. But I was like, whatever. I don't know. Go be out with your ex-girlfriend. I don't care. And I didn't.
Yeah.
But I think that's, it makes sense that you carry that stuff and you see it and then you get in your head about it.
Right.
It's hard to trust people in relationships.
Right. And especially when you have other people in your ear, like, this is going to be bad, or you need to watch out. I also did appreciate the side plot with Sam going through her existential crisis of trying to be the perfect person and realizing this is not a thing. And then, like, it's not bad. If you want surgery, if you want to do this for yourself, that's on you. You do what makes you happy. But obviously it didn't make her happy. And it's kind of that conversation of how far is too far for an individual.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about that a lot. I think it's hard to untangle the societal messaging we are bombarded with as women, the toxic messaging we are bombarded with from young age daily from what you actually want.
Right.
And so like if you want and it's a adult consensual decision, great. But it's hard to separate out that from just what you've been told you should look like.
Right.
Yeah, and she's
amazing. She looks amazing.
She looks amazing.
Right. So like it definitely was like, what do I need to get done?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta eat my bacon.
Which we are eating bacon,
yes,
by the way.
I am. I'm eating my bacon. But yeah, I think it was an interesting thing. Of course, Charlotte with a sex haze. Like, sex is so good. Can you do a relationship? I've had several people do this.
Really? Where the relationship is based on
like it started off with sex and they kind of grew up to be more.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have such a different experience from people. For me, it takes a lot of trust to have sex with somebody.
Right.
But I know some people who are very happy to, just kind of have that hookup situation, good sex, and that's all they want. And if you're on the same page, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But I know Charlotte, I feel like that's the one thing I know about her character.
Right.
She wants to get married. Yeah, she wants that.
It's the situationship is what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, we're only like 1 1/4 way through. And that's not even correct. We're 1 season and 1/4 of another season through.
Right.
And I feel like she's already had several plot lines where she's like been like, ooh, masturbation is so good, I'm canceling plans. Ooh, this guy, like, I don't know.
Yeah. She's surprising herself.
Yeah.
She thinks that she can't, and then she realizes it is important.
Right.
And we're going to talk about that more.
Oh, another teaser.
Dum, dum, dum.
That's exciting.
Yes. And speaking of teasers.
Yes.
What we're coming to is we've talked about it. We've been talking about it. You know that we love talking with y'all. And you guys have had some interesting comments and really good points on this show specifically. So what we want to do for this season, in the middle of the season, is have one of you on with us. We will do, as we talked about earlier, a digital viewing. And you get to be on the show and give us your take on what is happening with this episode. If you are interested, hello,
mm-hmm.
you can comment on one of our social medias like Instagram or Twitter and let us know that you are interested in being a part of the show and why you want to be on. If neither of those things is how you want to communicate, you could also email us.
Yes.
How do they do this?
Oh, it is very easy to remember email, everyone. It is stephmediamomstuff@iheartmedia.com. And there are no real qualifications. Like, I've never seen this show, so you could have seen it, not seen it. If you're just interested.
Want to do a take on it.
Yeah, just if you want to hang out with us, have some fun, and talk about some interesting things. You can email us. You can find us on the aforementioned social medias on Twitter @MomStuffPodcast or on Instagram @StephOneNeverToldYou. Thanks, as always, to our super producer, Christina.
Who didn't know anything about the show, but knocked it out of the park.
Hey, and that's appropriate for the episode she was on.
Yes. So please contact us.
Yes, please contact us. We would love to have you on. And thank you, as always, for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can listen to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.